Hello and welcome back to the third and final day of IBTM World 2023 here in Barcelona at the Fira Barcelona. For anybody watching live, you're back with me, Harry, from the IBTM World team, and we're currently stood here at the Hong Kong stand out on the show floor. We've been having a lot of fantastic meetings, business going on all throughout the 3 show days, and it's not done yet. And yesterday we had some pretty incredible announcements, a lot going on where Hong Kong took us over from the impact stage on the other side of the venue all the way back to their stands here with those amazing dragons and lions that were floating through the show floor, directing people to their stand here. Much like if you're at the welcome party on the first night, you would have seen those seahorses riding through the crowd, directing everyone to the official welcome party. Now, it's especially important that we are here in this area as there was a big announcement yesterday that Hong Kong will be the host of IBTM Asia Pacific happening in 2025. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, please head over to the IBTM World website where you can read the full press release and everything they said yesterday. We're now going to move through the show floor a little bit and just see if we can talk to some other exhibitors from that Asia Pacific region and see what their destinations are doing, what sort of incentives they're running for the MICE industry to visit those destinations, have that incentive travel there, hold your meetings, hold your conferences out in these wonderful destinations. And you can see just behind me here, I mean, it's such a bright area of the world and also of the show floor. We'll be passing just through Busan, who hosted a buyer lunch and also a hosted buyer breakfast just the other day over in the hangout on the other side of the show floor, if you can sort of locate yourself if you've been here before. So I think if we just go down here, we might be lucky enough to hit the Jakarta stand where we may have the pleasure of talking to someone about Jakarta as a destination for the MICE industry. Now, there's still a lot to do on this last day here, still networking to have, meetings that have been booked, there's still stand activations, events going on in stands, showing off the cultures of these culture creators that are here at the show. So if you are still here, don't leave. If you're not, make sure you're here next year with us. Let's see if we can talk to someone from the Jakarta stand now. Hello, hi there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
And if you could just introduce yourself and just tell us who you are.
Okay, my name is Jose Andreas from Jakarta City Tourism Office.
Fantastic, nice to meet you again. And now can you just tell us a little bit more about Jakarta as a destination for the MICE industry, what sort of incentives you're running at the moment, what you're seeing, people coming to you and speaking about?
Okay, Jakarta starting last year that we tried to campaign with Heart of MICE. So we campaign promote as a new destination that we are now hosting many conferences. Last September we just held the Asian Summit, and for the next we have so many conferences that to be held in Jakarta for next year, and also so many exhibitions, the international scale that will be done in Jakarta. And from the city government office, they also provide like incentive to the buyers or to the client who come to Jakarta.
Fantastic, what great words there. So it sounds like there's a lot going on, not only on the Jakarta stand, but as Jakarta is the heart of the MICE industry, it could be happening soon. So can you just tell us a little bit more? How's your show been going for you? Have you been having a good time? Been having good meetings, etc.?
Yeah, we have a good meeting from the first day that you'll see until the third day, the last day, still have many appointments that mostly is a potential appointment that we hope that will bring more international event to be in Jakarta.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your words. Good to speak to you again. So if you are here on the show floor, I mean, you heard what he said there. There's still a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities going on the show floor. If you are here for the third day, don't leave. Have a look around. If you haven't got those meetings booked in yet, you've got a little bit of a chance to go see some of the stand activations, some of the stand events that are going on around the show floor. If you're still recovering perhaps from our official club night last night, where we invited all attendees and exhibitors to Opium Barcelona, a lovely little club just by the waterfront, then there's still a couple of stands I think I mentioned the other day, like Colombia, Brazil, which are offering coffee if you need to get that little zhuzh, that little energy boost just to get back out on the show floor. Now we're just going over to Singapore here, and I believe if we get somewhere that we can have a look at this absolutely fantastic stand, we might get another opportunity to talk to someone to one of our event profs and to one of our fellow culture creators. How you doing, Michael? If you could just introduce yourself for the camera.
Sure. Hi, I'm Michael Rodriguez. I'm the Area Director of Northern and Southwestern Europe, based out of London, but I'm very glad to be back at IBTM again.
Fantastic, and we're glad to have you back. Now, we will get into a little bit more about Singapore and what you're doing, but first off, I mean, what a beautiful stand. This is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit more about how this is just sort of encapsulating the culture of Singapore?
Sure, definitely. You know, Singapore, we are a city in nature, right? Amazing modern city, but grounded also in what we can offer in terms of nature and greenery. So, you know, our stand is trying to kind of encapsulate that a little bit, you know, show that side of us. We have with us also 20 over partners showcasing the best of what we can offer from Singapore. So we're very excited to be here. Very glad that we can be back at IBTM, like I said. And the other thing we are showcasing this year is our Made in Singapore campaign. So if you see our banners, you know, they feature our Made in Singapore campaign banners. Is showcasing Singapore in a different light, spotlighting quintessentially Singaporean experiences, and it's about, you know, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary Singaporean experiences, and that's what we want to bring to delegates who come to Singapore.
Fantastic. I think you're doing a great job of it so far, and that is so great. You know, turning those moments into experiences, that is really what it's all about. And as you've been doing that on the show floor over the past 3 days, can you just tell me a little bit about your experience of the show? Have you loved it? Have you been having good meetings? What's been going on?
Yes, it's been very busy, but busy is good, right? Busy is good, so, you know, a lot of interest in Singapore. You know, we're very glad that buyers are again looking at wider regions, right? Back to Asia, especially. You know, the whole Asian section has been really buzzing, and we're glad that you know, Singapore is getting a fair bit of interest. You know, Singapore is a key global Asian node for business and for MICE, so we are very glad that interest is there, and the MICE is such an important segment for us, and so yeah, very glad that you know, things are progressing quite well.
Fantastic, and we've been so glad to have you, Michael. Thank you so much for your words there.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here at IBTM World 2023, for doing such a fantastic job and having such a fantastic stand with all these activations we've been talking about. As you said, the Asia Pacific region that we've just been walking around at IBTM World 2023 not only looks lovely here, but obviously out in the wider world where we are having all this incentive travel, all these destinations for the MICE industry. So if you haven't already, check out some of these places. That's me, Harry, signing off from IBTM World 2023. Thank you again for joining us.